Hey y'all, it's your girl Jackie, and yes, I am back with another Divorce Sistas video for y'all today. But in this particular video, I'm only going to be discussing your girl Tiffany, okay? And I'm going to do 4 other videos for each of the other ladies that's going to be only talking about them. But I wanted to start with Tiffany. And the reason I wanted to start with Tiffany is because I got some questions, and I want to see if y'all got the same questions that I do. So, but before we get started, like always, y'all please like, comment, subscribe, share, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all can get my videos every time that they drop. And without further ado, y'all, let's get into this discussion. Now, Tiffany is one of my favorite characters. The first being Rashida, and then Tiffany, of course, and then Mariko Lee, and then Tiffany. Um, I got some questions. Okay, I want to know first how close this friendship is because, like, what is the dynamics of these friendships? I don't know if they all supposed to be like close best friends, or is it where like they just became friends through each other, like the only reason Geneva and Tiffany are friends is because of Rashida? Is it a situation like, Geneva and Rashida were best friends for a long time and then the others came or whatever, and they just never left the friend group, and so that's why Rashida and Geneva are closer than the other ones? I don't know, because if it's the other way around where they all grew up together, they all went to college together or whatever like that, and they all supposed to be best friends. I'm trying to understand how Tiffany did not pick up on Geneva's energy, or why the reason behind her energy when she started messing with Jovan. When just right before that, they was in the car kicking, laughing like they was the best of friends, like they've been sisters for years. But then, as soon as I start dating this man or showing interest in Jovan, and he's showing interest in me, all of a sudden you got this attitude. You can't stand to be around me. You acting like I just, stole your school lunch or something, girl. Like what's going on? I would have, me personally, and you know, with the way I am with my friendships, I would have picked up on that immediately because I'm just a logical person. And I come on now, you was just kikiing a day. Now all of a sudden you see me walking around, with this person. You got an attitude, and it's not gonna automatically go to, "Are you just jealous?" Because you're first of all, you're a married woman. So it can't be you jealous that I'm with somebody. No, you had to have something going on with this person. I would have ended that shit right then and there. Around this time right here, wherever this photo was, I think this is when they was outside the courtroom for Naomi or whatever like that, or the police station or whatever. And Geneva walked up with that attitude. I'd be like, something ain't right about this. Something is not right. And me and him would have had to chill. And then I would have pulled her to the side, and I would have got some answers from her ass. Cause I'd have been like, no, what's wrong with you? What's your attitude? Because I'm noticing, and we would have had a straight up conversation. I'm not even playing with you. We would have been like, look, I'd have been like, look, is there something going on with you? I know you married. I know you got a whole husband, but was there something going on with you and this man? Because I can't help but notice that as soon as I started messing with him, like you just had this different type of energy toward me, and I want to know what's going on. And then I'm gonna tell her, if you ain't gonna tell me what's going on, I'm gonna need you to check your motherfucking attitude because ain't nobody did shit to you. And that's exactly how I would have came to her ass. I don't give a fuck. You'll be all right. Shit. Yeah, I said what I said, and you gonna be all right after I say it. It is what it is. Fix your attitude. If you ain't gonna tell me what I did, or you ain't gonna tell me what somebody else did, I'm gonna need you to change your attitude and get yourself together and get some act right in your life. And it is what it is. Period. Now let's talk about what went down in this hospital. First of all, matter of fact, now let's talk about. I want to talk about specifically. My bad, John. Say my words too fast. I want to talk about this whole scene at Geneva and William's house when everybody's there, the police and Javon and everybody, and he tells the police that he's her lawyer. If I didn't pick up on it back then, I would have picked up on it right there. Because why she needs you to represent her? She a whole motherfucking lawyer. Now, if you want to say, well, it's because they don't know what's going on because he's supposed to be William's best friend and all that stuff, and he's supposed to be a friend of theirs and stuff like that. So maybe they think that he just helping them out because they're friends. But nah, it was the way he was doing, telling her not to be quiet. She not answering no questions and all this stuff. Like he went into straight protective mode. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a different type of energy. I would have been like, nah, something off. And then the looks on Rashida's face. See, I'm a face reader. This is another reason why another question that I got in my head, why Tiffany, it's not clicking. Why is it not clicking? Because see me, I'm a face reader and I also get the faces. So I know. I'm one of the people that got them faces when people say something stupid and I give you that face, they are automatically know what I'm thinking just by the way I'm looking. No, ma'am, we not doing that. It is what it is. Because I'm one of the people that I may not, even though my mouth quiet, my face is talking. Okay? So I recognize when other people's faces talking, when they quiet and they're looking and they can't say nothing, but they giving these faces. Oh, I would have picked up on all them faces that Rashida was making, baby. No, something's wrong. And I think that's what she did when they was in that hospital because she was like, especially that scene when everybody got up and started going and talking to each other in secret and all that stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Why is everybody leaving me over here and everybody going amongst themselves to talk? And then when Rashida sat down, she was like, she started, now you want to start asking questions. Now you want to, hey, are we friends? Yeah, we friends. You know what I'm saying? Are you sure? Like, yeah. Because she wondering why, she ain't telling herself, but she don't understand that she can't tell her because, whatever, Geneva told her, she told her in confidence. But I'm sorry. I would have gave Geneva an ultimatum if I was Rashida. I'd have been like, you either tell her or I am. You either tell her what's going on with you and this man, or I'm going to tell her. I don't give a fuck what you told me in confidence. And it is what it is. That's just the way I'm set up. Now, I understand the dynamics of the situation and people saying, well, she shouldn't say nothing. No, because you put me in this position. Because now we in a whole, that was before all of this happened. It'd be different if none of this had happened. Now, I'm not going to tell your business. But now that my friend is in a situation where she could get hurt because it's behind your mess, oh, no, you going to say something. You are most definitely going to say something, or I'm going to do it for you. And I'm going to tell you to your face I'm going to do it. But I'm going to give you the chance to do it yourself. So you ain't going to be caught off guard by me telling her because I'm going to tell you to your face. You better open up your mouth and you better say something to him. And you got so much time to do it. Because no, I'm not finna let that shit go on in my face. It's not finna happen, no. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. Now, come season 2, episode 1, first 5 seconds. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to need. When all I better see in the first 5 seconds of that opening of season 2 is Tiffany knocking Geneva over this hospital chair. You understand me? That's all I want to see. I don't want to see no recap. I don't want to see a damn near. I don't want to even see the intro. All I want to do is as soon as whatever program before that go off and this one come on, I just want to open and scene of Geneva's feet going over her head as she flips over that couch after Tiffany knocks her over it. That's all I want to see. All I want to hear is the back of Geneva's head hitting that floor after Tiffany then knocked her over that chair. I don't want to see or hear nothing else, Tyler. I don't want to hear or see nothing else. I'm gonna need Tiffany to lay Geneva ass up in one of them hospital beds, not next to William. I want you need to lay her up in one of them hospital beds down the hall from William. Okay, I don't want them in the same room because if she get in the same room when she wake up before he do, she might try to finish the job. So now I'm gonna need her ass in a different room. Okay. If William in 412, I'm gonna need that bitch to be in 528. Okay. But you gonna lay up in one of the rooms. I promise you, you is. I'm gonna need Tiffany to try her best to put Geneva in a damn coma. Period. Because the way Geneva sat up there and talked to that girl in that hospital waiting room, talking about something. This your fault because I told you to stop, and he didn't come here for you. He came here for me, and he only with you to make me jealous. And I had an affair with him years ago, and Anika, his daughter. Bitch, first of all, you could have avoided all of this if you had said what you just said a long time ago. Soon as he started dating her, soon before they even slept together, anything else, you could have said all of this. This is your fault, honey. My fist would, Tiffany's fist better be in Geneva's mouth. Opening, I want to see them opening credits. I want to see her fist in her mouth. And then after she done with Geneva, I'm gonna need her to start in on Javon's ass. That's right. Now I'm gonna need you to lay his ass up in there too. You gonna put Geneva in 528? I'm gonna need him to be in 529. He need to be in the hospital room too. Okay? You need to put both of their asses up in there. Because what the hell? Yeah, Javon needs his whole ass beat. Just like Geneva would do with his trifling ass. Okay, Ty, that's all I want to see. I don't want to see nothing else. Don't put no opening credits up. Let me listen. If Tiffany ain't knocking that girl over that, we gonna have a problem, Tyler. We gonna have a whole problem. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done talking about it because I'm gonna get frustrated all over with. But yeah, that's what all my video was about, y'all. I just really had some questions because what y'all think? Do y'all think that Tiffany should have picked up on this stuff a long time ago? Or do you think that their friendship dynamics is just a little bit different? Y'all let me know. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this topic of discussion. And I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all be safe.